Backyard birds, common grackle life history, Waterloo Region, Ontario, Canada. Meet the common grackle, or just the grackle as we call it locally, since it's the only grackle here in Waterloo Region. The grackle is distinguished from other blackbirds by its iridescent blue-purple head and shoulders, black body, long keel-shaped tail, stout black bill, and bright yellow eyes. A stunning bird when the light is right. Duller when the day is duller. March had been pretty dull. Not a sweet singer by human standards, the male grackle's vocalizations stimulate reproductive behaviors in females. I have also heard grackles vocalize when mobbing or chasing off a crow that was robbing their nest. Contact call. Someone's answering. The grackles are back. It's March the 3rd, 2024. I haven't seen or heard a grackle since October the 3rd, 2023. That's 5 months. They migrate to the southern states for the winter. Priorities of March: establish status, claim territory, select a mate, males strut their stuff, point bills heavenward, and puff their feathers large. He who can point his bill the highest is the biggest and strongest man. All the girls will want him. You can point higher from tall chimneys. Note the two birds higher up on the roof are more brightly colored than the two birds down on the eaves trough. The brighter colored birds are the males. Note the upper male pointing its bill skyward, declaring its superior status, while the lower male challenges him with a squawk, fluffed feathers, and spread tail. Mate selection involves a great deal of posturing, of competition between males to establish status and win a mate. Mate selection begins when the females arrive. On March 8, 2024, I saw 4 common grackles perched in the silver maple at the same time. The grackles are the 4 big birds with the long tails. They look black from this distance, but this little brown bird is a house sparrow, and this bird with the short tail is a European starling, or just starling. The other 4 are grackles. They are the only grackles I have seen so far. At one instance, I saw 3 of these grackles flying together in what appeared to be a rather competitive situation. I think they are still figuring out social hierarchy and/or mates. They only arrived several days ago. The social life of birds is not simple. All spring there had been 2 pairs of grackles, 4 birds. 1 pair this morning was a new arrival, so there were 6. In the last 7 minutes, I observed much activity, scolding. Then all the birds flew off as though chased by a predator, only to circle back and settle again in the tree. This happened 2 or 3 times. Now there are only 5 common grackles in this tree. Apparently, they tried driving off the strangers, but one remains and begs for acceptance. In the following days, I noticed that all 6 grackles remained. Common grackles in love, April 17, 2024, 8:46 a.m. Watch their body language. How long I've waited, O'Hampson, sir. At your service, lovely lady. The male has moved to the right of the female. He says, let's find a spot. She follows. He hesitates in the tree. The starlings say, you can do it, big guy, show your stuff. He hesitates. The cardinals sing, you're shiny, you're strong, we know you'll get along. Another grackle says, cha, cha, what scares ya? The cardinals are still singing, you're shiny, you're strong, we know you'll get along. Lovely lady, are you ready? How wonderful you are, my loveliest. Isn't that sweet? The nest, the hazards of growing up in nature. It's time to build her second nest, May 26, 2024. Nature faces a harsh reality. Many babies never grow up. Some young birds die from cold. Some fall from the nest in windstorms. Many are lost to human intervention, such as building projects on nesting sites. In 2023, no one told the birds and squirrels that the trees would be taken down on May 15. No one had explained 2 years earlier, when the houses and the church were taken down and water collected in the basement of the church, creating a pond, that all this was temporary. Wildlife moved in. Then the machines came and took away the trees and the nests and the babies. The birds built new nests, laid new eggs, raised new broods. A year later, on May 10, 2024, the machines move in again. A new generation of babies is destroyed in their nests. See that whitish spot in front of the truck? That used to be the pond. A Canada goose flies overhead. The pond is gone. The common grackle is a stable species. A mated pair raises 1 brood a year. This brood normally leaves the nest in late May or early June, but this female is collecting nesting material in late May. She must have lost her first brood and must raise a new brood. Food. To survive, we must eat. To raise our young, we must feed them. To be strong, we need meat and protein. Fruits and vegetables tide us through the winter. Grains from feedlots. Insects, worms, berries, small birds, seed corn in farm fields. Foraging or carrying food. Digging for worms. A cherry. From someone's garbage, perhaps? The Grackle's lunch is a juvenile house sparrow. That food in its beak is a slice of bread folded up. Feeding our young. Teaching them to forage. Then they grow up and fly away. Thanks for watching. All photos and videos are my own. Portions have been posted previously on YouTube and/or social media. My information comes from personal observation, discussion with colleagues at iNaturalist Canada, and Cornell Ornithology Lab's article on the common grackle in Birds of the World.